Sometimes I need a reminder of just how good SHMonsterArts can be, and this Mechagodzilla is that reminder. Let's open it up, check it out, and of course do some toy photography. So this figure right here is kind of old. I mean, okay, it is and it isn't so old. So this figure, which is SHMonsterArts Mechagodzilla from Monsterverse, you know, this came out actually years ago, a while ago, but they decided to re-release it as the Final Battle Edition. And, that's great. So, and they came out and it's a little bit different. I think there's some colors and some paint that are different. But even then, this figure is a few months old. I'm a little bit late to the game on this figure. I don't know what took me so long with getting this figure, but I saw this in person at New York Comic Con and I was like, dang, I need to pick this up. But what's really interesting is I actually did a poll on my YouTube channel recently, like what figure should I do a video on? And this figure was by far the winner of all of the options on that poll. So if you voted in that, thank you for voting. And if you voted for something else, don't worry, the other videos will come eventually. I'm very glad that this figure won because I'm very excited for this thing. It looks big, and you know, Hiya Toys, the other guys, they haven't done a figure of this guy yet, so the SHMonsterArts is our only one. And I don't know about you, but I think this design of Mechagodzilla is cool as heck. I mean, I love Kiryu, I love the original Mechagodzilla, all of those guys, but this guy, he's pretty cool, and I think he fits in this Monsterverse so well. So hopefully we see him again. But anyway, man, I'm so happy that we're doing this video right now. So I ended up picking this figure up on Entertainment Earth. He was still in stock, which was perfect, even though I'm late to the game. He was still in stock. So if you want to pick him up, head to the link I've got in the description for Entertainment Earth, and you can use my discount code too. It works for any in-stock item. So use that code, save yourself some dollars or whatever. Hopefully you enjoy this figure. Hopefully I enjoy this figure. So let's open it up and let's see how cool it really is. So there's always kaiju and Godzilla guys coming out all the time. I'm usually trying to guess which videos I should do just based off of what I like, but I want to know what other kaiju figures coming out in the future that you would like me to do the videos on, because I want to make sure I'm doing the best ones that you guys are interested in. So let me know which of the ones coming out next should I continue to do, like this guy right here. Let me know, or maybe there's one that's already out I should be doing. Let me know. So when I was opening this figure up, and even beforehand, I was kind of secretly hoping, like, man, I hope this figure is die-cast. It's a big metal kaiju. I mean, this has got to be die-cast. Come on. And, well, it is. I mean, not entirely, of course, but there's a lot of die-cast parts in this figure, and that is so cool. The feet are almost, I think, entirely die-cast metal. Maybe there's a little bit less in there, but there's a lot of die-cast in the feet, which is usually the case in figures that are die-cast. And then I think just the major joints are die-cast. So the knees here, up in the thigh and pelvic area are die-cast. Elbows and the shoulders are die-cast. And there's probably some more in there as well, but that's for the most part pretty much it as far as this guy. Like, there's still a lot of plastic in here, but I think that's hugely important. I think it's really great with just how the overall balance of the figure works. His feet are a lot heavier, so it's really making it easier for him to stay up. God, this thing is beautiful. This is so much, there's so much happening with this guy. And to be honest, with all of these details and everything, it's a little bit daunting. It's a little bit like, oh my gosh, like how many things am I supposed to be moving around here? Like, ugh. And it's really not that bad. It's a lot more simple, I think, than it looks. It's got a lot of major joints. Nice job, Venom. Anyway, there's a lot of major joints that you can move around. I'll get into articulation later, but I think a lot of the articulation is a lot less intimidating than it looks. I think the biggest highlight of the figure is just all of the beautiful details, just on the front and the back. Just like, come on, look at this freaking guy. It's crazy. He's so freaking cool. And there's so much, oh, hang on. There we go. There's so much movement in the tail, so you can really get a lot of movement there. It doesn't totally support itself, unfortunately, but you can get all of that. Jeez, like, what have I been missing this whole time? This guy's crazy. When you're talking about SHMonsterArts, articulation is usually the thing that's going to be better than any of the other competition out there. Usually articulation is their biggest draw, really. And this one's got some really cool stuff going on. but there are some things I don't love about it too. It's weird. So in the feet, you've got plenty of movement. This is one of the die-cast joints, so it moves nice, very nicely, but just kind of up and down. You can't really swivel a whole lot, but you can move a little bit. But it does have this little flap that goes up here that is very, very nice for when you want to go all the way up like that. And then you've just got a basic, pretty linear knee joint, and if you look in the back, you can see those like pistons or whatever, which is such a, I love when action figures do that. See that back there? That looks so good. And then in the groin kind of area, you've got movement too, so you can get all that wideness. And so there we go, that just happened. So this little piston thingy can pop out, but you should be able to push it right back in if you don't screw it up like I think I just did. Luckily, there are the destructions, which are very, very helpful. And I've used these a lot so far. It has a little blurb about the pistons right there. So if you push it right in the right spot there, you should just be able to push it, and there we go, it's back in. Beautiful. But they do look really good when you move them around, so just be careful. And it does also move upwards like this. Not a crazy amount, but it does move upwards a little bit. The arms have articulation too. Like I said, there are butterfly joints that do that, which is pretty cool. And you've got the ability to move up like that, so you can get a full T-pose actually. And these shoulder flappies go up, and then elbows are about the, what you'd expect. And all of these major joints I'm going over, these are all the die-cast ones, so they really they feel good when you move them, and you feel safe moving them around, So the mouth moves very nicely. Look at that, beautiful. And his neck, you get a decent amount of neck movement. Can move all the way around, and neck is, yeah, actually pretty good. It's better than a lot of other Godzillas. So the tail is very light, so it moves actually quite a bit, but it doesn't always hold itself, like, it doesn't really hold itself up at all. And even if you just wanted to kind of bring it up, it doesn't always stay, which is too bad. Like, it's got a lot of movement, but it doesn't always really stay. So it's cool, and I like it, but I wish it was a little bit able to hold itself more. So the only thing I really don't like about the articulation, the main thing, is there's nothing in the waist. Like, you can't twist him at all. Like, nothing. There's not even like a crappy joint that moves a little bit. It's just nothing. If you wanted him to twist at all, you gotta just move the whole body. I mean, you can move the face, but that's unfortunate. I think that would have been really good with moving some, getting some good poses. Articulation's still pretty good, considering all of the craziness going on with this thing. This thing is crazy. The engineering behind this thing is pretty insane. So this figure has a few different little features that I never would have known existed if I didn't read the destructions. Read them, I'm telling you, read them. But one of them is right down here. So down here, there's 3 little flaps that you can push down if you can get them. And then some little cannon thingies pop out. They're very small. There we go. Very hard to do, but you can do it. So on the shoulder thing here, it might be hard to do with just your hands, but you can open this up. No, okay. I have to use a knife to do it, but there's a tiny little feature in here. And there we go. So now there's a tiny little cannon thing here. Very hard to do, but it's on both sides of this thing. So this guy has a lot of accessories, a ton of stuff. First thing are these little blasts, which are kind of neat. They actually look really good, but you can pop off the hand and switch it with this. So he can have his little shooty things shooting just like that. And there we go, nice and easy too. Pretty cool. So it also has these really interesting hands. So this is the hand here that is on the figure already. And so you can actually pop that off like that. And same with these ones. So you can have any kind of combination of the, the 2 different kinds of hands that you want. So you can have 2 different ones like this. You can have, go back to 2 grabby hands like this. It's kind of a cool feature that I've never seen quite like this before. It's kind of cool, I like it. So this next part is very tricky, and it took me a little bit to figure it out. So it comes with all of these little pieces, which are little blaster thingies. It's a little orange blaster effect like this, and then a little booster for it to come out. So you've got basically just a bunch of these, and you can put them on his back. So right along his like rib cage thing, if you lift this up, so this is articulated, then you can actually prop this right here up and back. So when I read the directions, I thought that it was gonna slide it down, but no, it pries open like that. And then I guess you can take these and you should be able to just plop them right in there, just like that. There we go. Now he's got 3 articulated little things. You can put that down, and there they are. And that looks cool. That looks actually really cool, like that. Okay, so the last accessory is this. We've got a nice little beam, a artificial atomic breath going on. Ooh, which actually kind of fits right in his mouth, like that almost. Okay, but it comes with a stand as well, of course. Stick it in the hole, bring it up a little bit, and there we go. We've got a nice little atomic blast going on, and it looks good. It's red, which matches like the color, which I think looks great. It's a pretty freaking sweet accessory. There's a lot of good looking accessories with this thing. All right then, well, how big is this big guy? He's pretty big. Like, he's a pretty big guy. He is, so this is a pretty relaxed kind of stance he's in. He's about 7 inches tall. Maybe a little bit taller than 7, right? I guess if you want to do length from tail, he's about 14 or so, I would say. I think we should do some comparisons here. Let's do some other MonsterArts. This is the nope, this is the MonsterArts, I just said that. Evolved Godzilla, and then this is the MonsterArts. It's like the Tamashii Nation store exclusive. A lot of people don't like this figure, but I think it's fine. As far as comparing, I think it looks great with the other MonsterArts stuff, and he's a lot bigger than them, and I think that looks so good. Really, really like that. These are the only 2 MonsterVerse Godzillas I have in MonsterArts. So let's compare to some Haya too. So this right here, this is the Haya Toys Godzilla versus Kong Godzilla. So he is around the same version of Godzilla that would be fighting him in the movie. And then this is the Haya Godzilla X Kong. And it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. They look like they kind of match the sizing. Yeah, it's not supposed to be that, but I think you could still make it work. Like if you had the 2014 Godzilla, that would work really well, but this one's a little bit bigger. And I think he kind of works with Kong. I feel like he fits well with Kong. I don't know. I'm surprised at how much I think these work. I didn't think these were gonna work quite as good as they do. These next ones are kind of fun. This is a Mechagodzilla figure. I never did a video on this, but this is a bootleg. I got it from AliExpress, and it's based off of the Mechagodzilla in Ready Player One, which I don't really love the design of it, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool figure, and it's the only other Mechagodzilla figure I've got. So kind of a fun comparison, but of course we gotta compare it to a Gypsy Danger. This is the Ling Jahun Gypsy Danger, which by the way, Striker Eureka and Leatherback are coming out soon, and I will be doing videos on those. It's just fun to compare these. What if they were, you know, in the same universe, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, what are we gonna give this guy right here? Mechagodzilla SHMonsterArts, W or L? Okay, well, it's a pretty marvelous thing. It's a pretty, like, impressive thing. Like, all of this stuff going on, it really is quite impressive. It's pretty beautiful. It's also like 175 bucks, you know? That's a pretty hefty amount for anything, you know? That much money for a toy? Totally, I get that. I think I can kind of see all of it with all of the accessories and everything going on in there. But, you know, I bet you Haya will eventually make one and it'll be like maybe 100, you know? It'll be a whole lot less. So I'm very curious about that. Without the price aside, this thing is amazing. It's awesome. I don't really have much criticism at all, except for like the waist articulation, you know? And it's die cast, so it's a huge W as far as that's concerned. Are you getting the value for the 170 whatever you're getting it for? I don't know. I feel like I am getting that. But that's up to you. If you think it's worth the money or not, it's up to you. I think it is. What do you think, W or L with this? Or is it an M? Is it cool, but the price is too much? Is it an M? I'd love to know what you think, W or L. So I gotta do some toy photography. I'd love to do something with him and like, I don't know, in the city. I don't know, just some really good, beautiful looking kaiju photos. Maybe I'll do something with some fireworks that I think might be pretty sweet with him. Either way, let's go take a shot with this guy. All right, so every robot, every machine, you know, he needs to be oiled up every so often. So we got a little bit of WD-40. And we're gonna be oiling up this little guy so he's all, you know, lubed up and ready to go. You know, just needs a quick oil change. This might be the simplest photo I've ever done, But in my own defense, I actually did go out and I had something else set up that I was gonna do, but the weather was just like the wind was just constantly blowing every building over. So I did try my best. But this idea with the WD-40 with Mechagodzilla is just, I don't know, I think freaking hilarious. So that's what we're doing today. And it is pretty straightforward. And there's gonna be one aspect about it that's gonna make it slightly more interesting. I've already taken a test shot, and this is essentially what it's gonna be like. I don't know about you, but I think that's hilarious. But I'm also gonna take this, and I'm gonna take a little spritz and just do one little spray and hit his back. And so I get a little bit of a splash there. And I'm gonna use that splash to kind of make it look like I'm actually spraying him with the WD-40. So it is gonna look a little bit more dynamic. And I'm not gonna actually spray him with WD-40 and ruin the figure. So I'm gonna combine the two photos, and then it's gonna be very, very simple and easy. But that's gonna be it. And the post-photo breakdown will be very, very simple. So the settings kind of matter, I guess, because, you know, there's some lighting and stuff involved. There's some things that do require some bit of thought. But the shutter speed's at 640, which is still pretty fast. So it's fast enough to catch the water when I spray it. And I have 3.2 for the in focus. And ISO is at 400, obviously. And I will make sure when I'm done doing the spritz on him, I'm gonna dry him immediately because, yeah, he does have some die cast parts and I don't want those to get rusted, obviously. So he'll be dry and safe, don't you worry. Let's go take the shot. Alright, post-photo breakdown time. It's gonna be a quick one, but I'm actually surprised with how much I really like this. It's so simple, it really is, but it's so much fun. And I think, whatever, the funny concept comes off really easily in this, and I'm pretty happy with it. So there's a little bit of spray here, you can see it, and I'm glad because it actually looks like there's something actually happening. This is one of the other photos I was going to use. And then this is the one with just the spray bottle. And so I ended up using just the splashes. It all worked out kind of nicely, actually. Very, very simple. Just copied and pasted a couple different layers. But, you know, I did a lot of work on just like brightening some things with Mechagodzilla so he's nice and crisp and all that stuff. But it was very, very simple. Very, very simple edits. But let me know what you think. Is it too simple? Is it silly? I'd love to know what you think. Let's just run the end of the video. Man, this figure really is impressive, and it's something I really love having in the collection, but I can't help but think, what's it gonna be like when Hiya Toys does their version of this Mechagodzilla? But either way, if you did enjoy watching the video, please consider dropping a like and maybe subscribing to the channel. This photo will be posted also onto TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and if you'd rather follow my work on any of those channels, it's all linked in the video description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.